At both the cardiac, or the upper part of the stomach, and the pylorus, or the lower part, the stomach mucosal glands are predominantly mucus. Thus, if a bit of gastric juice leaks into the duodenum or the esophagus, it will be mainly mucus instead of rich in hydrochloric acid and peptic enzymes. It's worthwhile in this image observing this mucosal specialisation near the cardiac sphincter. The pits are well developed here, but the glands are very short, and they're devoid of parietal cells and are reasonably short on chief cells. But closer to the junction, these chief cells will drop out altogether. Now, you've seen a similar image to this one, although it was stained differently when I was showing you Brunner's glands in the submucosa that's characteristic of the upper part of the duodenum. Oh, and I also pointed out the pyloric sphincter here. Over here is the pylorus of the stomach. The gastric pits are deep, and the glands have only mucus-secreting cells. Otherwise, the wall's got the same fundamental layers as the rest of the gastrointestinal tract, namely a mucosa with muscularis mucosa, a submucosa, the muscularis externa, and then the outer serosa. Now, all the previous images of the stomach I've shown you were at a higher magnification and of the distended stomach. So you didn't see these large longitudinal folds of the stomach wall called rugae. This section does show the rugae of the stomach. They're gross folds that form in the stomach wall when the stomach is empty. The stomach can extend greatly after a meal by stretching the mucosa flat. The gastric rugae are composed of a ridge of submucosa overlain by a mucosa. Therefore, they correspond more to the structure of plici circularis of the intestine than they do to villi. But they run longitudinally instead of transversely. The section has been stained with the periodic acid Schiff reagent to demonstrate the carbohydrate associated with the mucus. It shows that the mucus-secreting cells extend all the way down into the glands. Those on the surface are mucus cap cells. The ones in the glands are mucus neck cells. And the glands, of course, are simple branched tubular structures that fill up most of the lamina propria. But this specialised stain is poor for examining all the other cellular structures.